The newest time loop at our Alamo Gordo-based sister venue, The Bunker, has trapped a group of weekend LARPers in its web of destinies.
Hello.
What? No, you can't join them. They've a full roster, including 2 sales reps from the nearby Flowers to Go call center, a pistachio farmer and her soulful German shepherd, a teenaged burger flipper and his grandpa from the nearby Mescalero Apache Reservation, and an evangelical fantasy book burner who has secretly infiltrated their group, undercover as an elf. How will this funky bunch handle a real-life quest for their lives as they run down the clock in the bunker's newest temporal anomaly? Find out this holiday season via the Opal Blue Mask.
Opal
You're a
Blue
good
Mask.
sport,
I've never
Sweeper.
seen one of those.
Now clear all this sand for the next act.
This is the spot. Okay. I like this little secret area here. So many time boat booths. Okay.
This next guest is not what you'd call your standard stage act,
Tell me.
or what you'd call your non-standard stage act.
Because I'm not on the
Is it
stage.
in fact a stage act at all?
It is not.
You be the judge.
He's right about that. Okay. So, yeah, this is the second to last stop of Abby Crob's book tour. How crazy is that? This is the 29th time I've read a Crop Tales story with your help. Next one's gonna be the grand finale, but I'm not done. I'm gonna start working on my new book after that. So yeah. Oh, what's this? Is this money? Oh, that's is it like a tip? Or an investment? That's nice. Oh, well, I could rent out like a really nice writer's retreat kind of place with this. Thank you. That'll give me some good inspiration. I'm gonna stick that right there. Okay, so you've all been to my story times before, yeah? Yeah, so you know how it works. So oh, you what? Seriously? Oh my god, no way! Okay, well, this is how it works. I start telling a story, you guys create objects, and I incorporate them into the story. And my book is called Crop Tales, and it's stories about the little crabs that you see all around the Under. And it's a magical book, so every time I tell a story out loud, it automatically gets added to the book, because my great uncle, the King Crab, enchanted the books. So if someone wants to run out and grab one of those little crabs, that's who the story's going to be about. All right. Cool. So how's everyone doing today? You been having a good day? Good. Are there no crabs out there? You're a crab. Well, as much as a time sprite can be a crab. There's 3 of you here. That's pretty cool. Stories are all about the little ones. Okay, beautiful. So that is Shannon. So today's story is going to be about Shannon. So you just make some objects and I will use them to inspire the story. Okay, once upon a time, there was a little crab named Shannon, and she was taking a class about knife throwing because she wanted to be a circus performer. And her teacher was a dog who had been a great famous circus dog who threw knives in the big top that toured all over the Under. So, and she was getting really good at it. She was at the top of her class, and she thought she was about to graduate, and then she could finally achieve her dream of joining the circus. And then, because she wanted to be a circus animal like her idol, Gerald. Because Gerald got lots of attention from being on the stage and lots of, like, free drinks and stuff. And And, you know, people love circus performers, so Shannon really wanted to become one, and she thought that knife throwing would be her best bet because she had really good aim and she liked sharp things. And so when she would practice, she would throw the knives at giant loaves of bread because that would be something that couldn't get hurt. And she could make a lot of money if she became a successful circus performer, she thought. So today was the day that the students of the knife throwing class would be finding out if they graduated and got to get official certification as professional knife throwers or if they'd have to stay in school for longer. And Shannon was really hopeful that she would get certified. So she brought in cupcakes for everybody in the class just as like a good luck thing because she's nice like that. But then the teacher, the dog, said, okay, I see those cupcakes and I know you're trying to butter me up to give you a passing grade, but just because of that, I'm gonna fail you. He was a very strict teacher. And Shannon tried to convince him that no, I didn't mean it by that. I just wanted, something sweet to boost everybody's mood because I know it's a stressful day for everybody. And the teacher said, I do not believe you. You have to repeat the knife throwing class. You're going to be in school for another year. Don't try this trickery on me. And Shannon said, oh yeah? How about I prove it to you? What if we have a knife throwing contest and between you and me, and we throw our knives anonymously from behind a curtain, and then everybody else in town has to judge who's the better knife thrower. And the teacher said, I'll squash you like a tomato. Nobody's ever challenged me before. I'm the teacher. I'm the authority here. So they set up a stage in the center of town, and they had a little curtain where it had a hole to throw the knife through, but no visibility. And so they had a band come to play music, because this is a big deal that Shannon was challenging the knife-throwing teacher. What was his name, by the way, this famous circus dog? I forget. Oh, that's right. It was, Sir Eglington, the circus dog. So Shannon was challenging Sir Eglington, and they set up this big stage in the middle of the town square, and they set it up so you couldn't see who was throwing the knife, but you could just see the knife and where it hit the target. They had music playing, and what were they using for targets this time? They weren't going to use bread. They were going to use something more exciting. They were using big, meaty cupcakes. Giant beef cupcakes were the targets. Because Mr. Eglington wanted to make fun of Shannon's cupcake gift. So everybody in town gathered to watch this knife-throwing showdown. Mr. Eglington went first, but nobody knew it was him. And he threw the knife, and it very, very, very quickly hit the meat cupcake right in the center. And it was like it went so fast that you couldn't even see it flying. You just saw it pop right into the target. And then the judges gave that a score of 8 out of 10 lemons. That's the scoring system that they use in the knife throwing world. Fun fact. And then it was Shannon's turn. Now Shannon didn't want to just do a fastball like Mr. Eglington did. She wanted to be creative and artistic with it, because that's why she wanted to join the circus in the first place, because of the artistry of it, not just the technical aspects of it. So she decided to strategically place different objects all around the town square that the knife would bounce off of before it hit the cupcake. So there was a paint roller in the northeast corner, and then there was a bucket of paint in the southeast corner, and then there were some other things, and there was a teeny tiny little onion in the northwest corner. That was going to be the most challenging thing to hit. Small targets are always difficult. And then in the southwest corner, there was a time sprite named Lil Croc, who was wearing a flower crown. And she aimed to hit one of the roses on the crown, but not hurt the time sprite, or scratch her mask even. So she took aim from behind this curtain. She threw the knife, and it hit the paint roller and bounced off perfectly. And then it hit the bucket of paint, but it went inside the bucket of paint and bounced back out, and it was red now, and it was leaving a trail of beautiful red paint across the stage. And then it hit a teeny tiny little onion, an almost impossible target because it was so small. It bounced off the onion and turned the whole onion red with the paint that was still on it. And then it hit Little Crob's flower crown. And now, what it did there was even more impressive than all the rest. It left all the red flowers alone, but it hit all of the white flowers and turned them all red. Just like in Alice in Wonderland when they paint the white flowers red. So the knife just bounced off each one of those flowers and left Lil Crob perfectly uninjured, and no paint got on the rest of her. And then when it hit the last white flower, it bounced back into the middle of the stage and then hit the cupcake. Now, it didn't just land in the cupcake. It tapped on each of the sprinkles on top in rainbow order. And then the knife settled down into the frosting. So clearly there was an obvious winner there. The judges couldn't even rate that performance on a scale of lemons. They said, you know what? We're going to rate it on a scale of lemon-flavored soda cans because that was just too much concentrated awesomeness. So we're going to do concentrated lemonade. So that's 12 out of 10 lemonade soda cans. So reveal yourself, champion, and everybody expected that the one to walk out onto the stage was the seasoned circus performer veteran teacher, Mr. Eglinton. But it was actually Shannon! And everybody clapped and everybody threw her a big feast, and then they all threw eggs at Mr. Eglinton for daring to doubt her. And then she became one of the most famous circus stars in all the land. She got her own act where she would repeat that feat with different objects, and she grew giant with all of her confidence. And she became the most famous circus performer of all time. And then she started her own circus and then her own circus training school. And she got to wear really cool hats and costumes. And she would train the future generations of circus crobs, and she would never try to humiliate them in front of their peers. She did it nicely, and that is why she was successful and kept her business forever, and Mr. Eglinton lost his, and nobody knew his name anymore after a while. And then she started the very first MFA program specifically for Krobs who wanted to be clowns. The end! Okay, so thanks for coming to the second to last stop of the book tour. I've got some books ready to sign. I also heard that there is merch of me somewhere on the internet. So you can get a T-shirt of me or a pillow of me. So that's pretty groovy. Okay, dear little Krob, thanks for starring in this story. Love, Abby. All right. Dear Droid Master Captain Hat, thank you for joining today. It's always a pleasure. Love, Abby. Dear Mr. A, why are you not wearing your hat? It looks so good on you. Love, Abby. Oh, you got the pocket edition! Ah, that's great. That one's really helpful. Dear French onion soup, don't forget the cheesy croutons. Love, Abby. Dear, ooh, what? Whoa, that's for me. That's a big investment. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna have to name you as an executive producer in my next book. Or if they make a movie out of Krob Tales. I don't know. I'm optioning it. I made a pitch deck. Been chopping it around. Keep your fingers crossed about that. Alright. Dear Krob Mask Flower Hat, you look like you're ready to go to the beach. Maybe I'll see you there. Love, Abby. Alright. Dear Krob Mask Burger Hat, I always want to eat your hat. I always want to eat your hat. It's the best hat. Yeah, love Abby. Yeah, my mom tonight, for dinner, she's making macaroni and cheese, but, instead of pasta, the macaroni is going to be made out of pieces of cauliflower, and then instead of cheese, the sauce is going to be made out of pureed cauliflower. So please give me something special.